Nigel, which Stellantis and You brands are proving really resilient?
Well, I think now that we've got the full 9 brands in the UK, certain brands obviously have different resilience depending on their product life cycles. We're finding within Stellantis and You, as the manufacturer-owned Stellantis dealer group, that with that choice we're able to blend the different brands. Some are more premium brands, some are more mainstream brands, and we're able to get that blend at the dealerships so that there's a choice, a multi-brand choice, and there's not necessarily the competition, because you may have at one end of the spectrum a luxury brand and on the other end of the spectrum a more mainstream brand.
Yes, so multi-brand is the real flavour of the moment. How do you balance all those sub-brands' demands in the showroom?
Well, Stellantis have their corporate identity, which they call SBH, Stellantis Brand House, and that basically tries to get a degree of generality on the fundamentals of the showroom. So within it's separate slightly for the mainstream and the luxury brands, but within mainstream, for instance, you will have the same floor tiles, you'll have the same ceiling tiles, same lighting, but within that the individual brands can create their own identities.
Right. Is there a lot of sort of hustle and bustle tussles in the showroom?
I think inevitably there are obviously the individual brands who want their biggest share of the showroom, or what we try to do is within the sort of minimum requirements that each brand has, we deliver those minimum requirements as best we can given the space that we've got. Often we're dealing with existing showrooms, so we have to adapt and juggle between the individual brands to get the correct representation.
Yes, now you spoke about the electrification challenges and the fact that you've got to actually provide more choice in terms of brands in your showroom. But in terms of just a showroom, what capabilities matter more than just physical scale now?
The capabilities of the individuals or the salespeople?
All sorts of, what is a 21st century dealership really having to evolve into?
I think we have to take on board the digital opportunity. Obviously, customers nowadays are far more educated. They're further down that cycle of purchase than they ever historically were. We have less walk-ins, and so our salespeople have to be more of an expert than the customer, and so they have to have that product knowledge. And I think with electrification, that's very important. There's a lot of noise about electrification, some of it accurate, some of it inaccurate, and we have to ensure that our salespeople are experts in the field. And so, yes, there's digital, there's electrification, all combined with really, at the end of the day, the ability also to show off the product.
Yeah, fantastic. You spoke about Bristol. What's happening down in Bristol?
In Bristol, we have recently built a brand new facility. So it is, as I referred to previously, a Stellantis brand house facility for Stellantis. So it has multi-brand across various, not all of the brands, but quite a lot of the brands. Multi-million pound facility just based on the Cribbs Causeway area to the north of Bristol, just on the gateway as you come in off the motorway. If you want to have a look at it, you can see it as you go along the motorway. And yes, it encompasses all of the latest information, all of the latest corporate identity, and all of the different processes as well. It also, obviously, as a new build, had to comply from a sustainability point of view, meet various BREEAM regulations. It has solar panels on the roof. It has multiple electric vehicle charging points to obviously prepare us for the future. And so we are very pleased with it, and the initial signs in terms of the performance of the dealership have been very good.
Okay, thanks Nigel. Just one last thing, what have you got on the agenda for network development at Stellantis You?
Well, over the next few months we are upgrading especially our external facilities at a few sites. So when I talked about that external universal look, the Stellantis brand house look, so that is going ahead over quite a few sites for the remainder of this year. Currently being done as we speak in Stockport, but we're also upgrading sites in Manchester, also down in Redditch, various ones across the country.
Yeah, great. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Nigel.
Thank you very much.
Right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.